Hey guys, it's Dennis with Nutanix. Just wanted to show you how we can install the Dell KACE appliance and how it works on Acropolis Hypervisor 4.6. We've had a couple of customers ask us about this, so I thought I'd put together a quick video just showing the installation process and that it does work. We don't have any official integration or partnerships with Dell at this point for the KACE appliance. That might be coming, but I just wanted to show that this will work from there. So what we can do to begin the video here is we can go ahead and see which version of the software that we're using in Prism. So I can go up to the About Nutanix option. We see that we're running 4.6.0.2, which is one of the current versions at the time of the recording. And then we can go up to the image configuration. And basically what I've done here is I've just taken the KACE appliance, the virtual appliance that I've downloaded from the Dell website, uploaded it using the Upload Image button up at the top. That VMDK, just put it in there, and then I can go over to my VM tab and actually add a new virtual machine using this VMDK or that V-app that you can download. So I'll give it a name, just the Dell KACE appliance. I'll give it a couple of vCPUs and a couple of gig of memory. And then I'll go ahead and add a new disk to the virtual machine using the image service, which is where I uploaded that virtual appliance to. And I'll select it from the list where it's KACE 1000 is what I named it. The SCSI bus type is recommended because this should have the VirtIO drivers and everything else that you need already installed in the virtual appliance. So we'll give it some networking interface connection as well. Just check settings and then we'll go ahead and save the virtual appliance too. We'll go ahead and give it just a second. It should pop up here. The VM create's already done and then Prism just has to refresh. So we'll see it pop up here in a second. There's the appliance here, so we'll go and click on that, and then we'll go and power it on. And then I'll launch a console right from Prism as well. The console for the virtual machine, we'll watch the virtual machine boot up. And since it's booting off that virtual appliance image, then you can see that the first option there is default, so it'll go and boot the appliance. So we'll just give it a second for it to boot up. And here is the login screen for the virtual appliance. You notice at the top, though, it has some static IP addresses assigned to it. This is how the virtual appliance was downloaded when I did the trial. So I don't know if this is kind of normal or not, but you can just log in with the KONFIG user, which is config. And then you can actually set the IP addresses to use DHCP or some other address. I do have DHCP in my lab environment here, so I'll go ahead and change the IP address information to use that DHCP. So first off, it shows us what we should set with the language. So I went ahead and set that as English United States. And then select that, and then we can give it the host name. So I'll just name it something like Virtual Dennis or something like that. And then we can tab down to the web server name. For the demo of this video, this part's not really that important, but I can just name it whatever. And then down where DHCP is enabled is already enabled, but they do have static IP addresses set up in there. So I'm just going to backspace over all this information here because we shouldn't need this. This should be all pulled from DHCP for my lab environment. So we'll go and backspace all over all those. And then after the IP address information, a lot of that should be fine for defaults. So we'll go ahead and tab down to where it says save, click enter, and then it'll go ahead and save those settings. Then it looks like the virtual machine needs to reboot, so we'll go ahead and just wait for a second for it to reboot. There it goes. Looks like it's finally rebooting, and then we'll wait for the system to come back up again. So again, by default, it'll boot off of the appliance. And then you can see up at the top here, once it boots up, the host name has been set to what we set it a second ago. It went ahead and pulled the DHCP address, which is 192.168.1.19, and looks like it's up and running, ready to go. So we can just go to the 192.168.1.19/admin page, and then that should come up with the configuration for the KACE appliance. I had a little typo there, but just do /admin at the end. Basically shows the same thing, but you can accept the user agreement and then get into the configuration of the virtual appliance. So go and click on next. And then this is about where I need to stop, just because I don't have a license key to type in here. I could try to get a temp key or something like that, and this is a required step. But you kind of get the idea. So, it obviously boots up, it works, the VM works fine. And then that's basically what I wanted to show, is that the KACE appliance does work on Acropolis. And I'm not aware of any other issues or integration problems. But if you have any questions, feel free to post on this video, and we'll go from there. Thanks again for watching.